So Marina Joyce is a YouTuber, over 2 million subscribers. Her views have dropped ever since she peaked, and she peaked when she was allegedly kidnapped by we don't know who, because her mannerisms changed, and she was saying "help me" in the middle of a video, and that video actually got 15 million views 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's sticky. It's sticky. There's many conspiracies as to what actually happened and whether or not she was on drugs. Perhaps, maybe that's why she was acting all weird. But what? But I don't understand that. If she was on drugs and she was acting weird, one of the videos was
Wait,
like a brand like sponsorship kind of thing, wasn't it? And there were other people there, and there was someone in specific recording it. So if she was on drugs, why would everyone else around her be okay with that if it's a brand deal sort of
because
thing?
they listen. If they're all taking drugs, it's not a big deal. Like, I think if she was taking drugs, low key, that could be possible because she was saying "help me." Maybe she was like addicted and she needed help, but she there's no one like, do you know what I'm saying, close to her who she could
Well, like
trust
you
or
said,
whatever.
I mean, that's the most plausible reason because she changed all her mannerisms. Like, unless you've got like severe mental health, like you don't just change your mannerisms like that. So it must have been some type of drug she was taking, whether it was heroin, crack, whatever she was taking. It clearly had a big effect on her because she said "help me," and it got so many views. So we just don't know.
People would say that if you know how she, if she had a boyfriend at the time, even like if her boyfriend was really controlling and like it would like a form of kidnapping, that could lead to someone completely changing the way they speak and the way they act because they're not acting themselves because they are under control of someone else.
Perhaps as well. Perhaps she did it all on purpose just to get mad views.
The views,
Yeah.
because it did hit 15 million views, which is a lot for her
Yeah.
channel size.
Yeah. Exactly. But she did later state on a Joe Weller kind of video as well that she didn't actually monetize those videos properly and she actually made nothing from them. So
Yeah, she didn't. None of them have ads.
yeah. So whether that was a mistake or she just didn't intend on doing so, then
No, I think she didn't. No, because I think if her plan was to make money off it, she wouldn't be. I mean, she could have actually. I was gonna say she wouldn't be stupid enough to to not monetize it, but people can be stupid
I
enough
mean,
to
like
do
you
that.
said, 15 million views is a lot, especially with like ad revenue and shit kicking in. A lot
That
of
would, I don't know. I'm assuming that would probably be like 40K, maybe 50K
because
even.
let's be real, like
depends on a CPM.
regardless of like the ad sponsors and stuff, like mental health companies may have been like contacting us saying like, "Yo, just speak openly about it," and she must have been offered quite a lot of money for that
I think they
Just
offered her serious
just
help. That's what she
because
needed.
yeah, they would have
obviously,
offered her help rather than money to
yeah,
speak out
true,
on it.
but then there something I saw, which I'm gonna ask you guys about, is obviously there's this link to ISIS capturing her, which obviously I don't think any of us believe that because that's just too far and ridiculous. But something I saw on the internet was like to do with ISIS that the apparently the American government got involved as well and tried to bribe her and get information out of her, but she didn't budge because she was obviously under the control of them. So what do you man think about that?
But what information would she hold?
Like obviously ISIS's whereabouts and stuff because they're like I'd
Why
say
is
like
she gonna know
But yeah,
ISIS's
why is
whereabouts?
she,
yeah.
why is
Well,
she in specific gonna know where ISIS is held?
because like no, obviously I'm not saying
She
this is from
didn't know
me.
her own whereabouts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trust me.
I
I don't
know.
think she knows where bloody ISIS are.
Yeah, of
That's
course I did. I just said it online because people were just like, "Yo, she just got held hostage by."
I feel
It's
like
so quite. You know what? It's like like a Gary Powell situation. Man, like Gary
Yeah,
Powell.
yeah, yeah.
There's
Oh, yeah,
quite.
yeah. Just trying
They
to get the
thought she.
info out of him.
Yeah, they thought she was that. Like that could have potentially happened. Obviously, I don't think it's true. I
I
think it's a lot of
I
bollocks.
I think that's people like reaching like kind of what we spoke to about on the Madeleine McCann one part two the other day. Um, it's almost as though people just want to know something. People want to think that they know it, and
no. What they want to do is basically, she's a boring YouTuber in a lot of people's
That's true.
perspective. So they would just want to create a scenario and surround her with some drama.
Remember when?
Yeah,
remember
add
when
as much excitement as they can.
Yeah, remember when her fans thought there was some next detectives and they were like, blink twice if you're in trouble. How's that gonna help?
Oh
Everyone,
my god, I remember that. Oh my, Jay, how do you remember that? That's
because
so true. I
Hashtag
remember
it's
that.
not okay to suffer in silence.
yeah, it's like listen.
Blink twice if you're okay,
Blink
Marina. Oh my god.
What is she supposed to? What is she supposed to do for the whole video? Like hold her eyes open, saying she doesn't blink.
That's
See,
what,
do you
that's
remember?
what she does. She does do that.
Oh yeah,
Literally.
that's true. Actually,
Her
that's
eyes
true.
are just open.
To be fair, she has a weird stare. She has a really weird
That
stare.
is creepy.
Do
You
you
know,
man
she made a
remember?
video with Deji as well.
Yeah, do you man remember like last year when she brought back that hashtag and Keemstar made a video on it because she like people were saying she brought back the hashtag because she
What
wanted to
hashtag?
become more relevant. The blink twice one.
Why would she try and do it?
I don't know.
That's
She
what
brought
makes
it
me
back
think
up,
that she might have done it all on purpose just
and
to get
Keemstar
views.
made a video on it. It was kind of weird, and then that's when people were like, "Oh, that's when a lot of people like dropped their captured theories and went, oh, you know
Yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah.
just high off the perks,
The
Oh,
thing is, yeah.
Off.
Go on, Samad.
You know the remember the Mini Minter diss track on Deji?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know how he slightly mentioned something to do with Bethnal Green?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Was that,
and he
was
said
that about
Marina Joyce.
Marina Joyce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Bethnal Green.
That's a
oh,
location, obviously.
Yeah, someone said it in their video. They were reacting to it, and they were like, "I think it was JMX," and it's got something to do with
No,
it's got
someone
something to do
mentioned
with her.
Marina Joyce. No, didn't they say about Deji like Marina Joyce like was this like sloppy seconds or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I'm not sure about
I'm pretty sure it did.
They
Hold on,
mentioned
I'm
Marina
just getting the
Joyce had
lyrics
something
up.
to do with it. No, the Bethnal Green thing was supposed to be a fan, wasn't it?
I always thought the Bethnal Green thing was to do with JJ, but
No.
The
I
Bethnal
realize.
Green was
It was
definitely
about
Deji.
no, yeah.
Oh
it was
no,
about,
here it is. He says, "Now it's time. I think we switch up the scene. Picture Deji Olatunji and a drugged up teen, which was
Marina Joyce.
Maria." And he says, "Now some of your fans might know who I mean if I said that he met her in Bethnal Green. And how many times did he scream, 'Help me'?"
Yeah,
Damn.
Marina Joyce.
Yeah, that's Marina Joyce.
that. So yeah, that was.
I told you.
So that's where a lot of the drama came from, also, the drugged up teen reference.
Oh, so that's where the drugs came from.
And
Yeah.
to
I
be
mean,
fair,
obviously we don't know it's true, but Mini Mint is not someone to like. He's not obviously we don't know him personally, but he's from
But,
past experience on YouTube. He doesn't just make up stuff.
No, but apparently
Yeah.
that was
And-
actually made up because Deji said that it was made up, and of course that's Deji.
Deji,
But,
but
but
listen,
other
Yeah, but of
YouTubers,
course,
other
why would
YouTubers
they
were also
guilty
saying
admit
that it was made up as well. Like other YouTubers that know them kind of well,
but honestly, Deji would say it himself. He doesn't have YouTube friends like many, like very
don't?
few.
Remember?
He doesn't speak to many. He's done
Do you
like 3
remember that
collabs
time?
his whole career.
Yeah.
The only YouTube friend he had at one point, this was when the whole diss track thing was going on, was Jallo, and he's like, what, our age?
Yeah.
no, he's
good
just
point.
Deji's cameraman, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he changed to his mate. Deji took him like to Vegas. No, when they shot, no, he took him to LA.
Yeah, he did. He took him there and
and then
paid for his stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Paid for everything, and it was just them two in like a massive mansion. It was crazy. I don't know why I was watching Jallo like that back in the day.
Crypt and Dax were there as well, weren't they?
Yeah, but Deji like, well, they're from.
Yeah, but they just came for
America.
the little cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, and I'm not even lying. Dax actually spun his verse.
Yeah, it was a sick. That was a sick. No, it was a sick song. You gotta give it to him.
Okay, but what's Dax got to do with Marina Joyce?
Okay, yeah, we're going off track.
Let's
back
go
to
back to
Marina.
Marina.
Yeah, back to Marina.
So anyway, Marina.
All right, Joycey.
Do you know? I'll tell you
How
what.
old
So
is she? Because he said drugged up teen. So is she like?
At the
well,
time,
she would have been a teen at the time. At the time when they met.
yeah.
Also, currently, so that scandal was like she's 23 now. So I'm guessing she's probably like 19 because she would have been 19 at the time. So that's why he called her a teen. Yeah?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so after this video, so would you class? If you're saying a YouTuber got big, we're talking like consistently like 1 million views on a video. Would we agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. From her whole channel, she only has 14 videos with over 1 million views. Considering how much she got, like publicity she got, that's not really much. So even
Yeah,
if she
that's
did try
nothing.
for publicity, she didn't gain anything really.
Yeah.
Not
100.
much.
Like,
Now
you
she
know, it might,
consistently gets 100,
If anything,
sorry,
like,
under
it kind of
100K.
if anything, it kind of stunted her career as well. That one little thing did, you know, it was like it
no, of
was
course it
it
did.
was a large
But
spike.
It was
and
short.
then-
It was a short term
But what
thing.
what
Yeah.
Sokraj said is true though, because let's not cap. Yeah, sorry to be controversial. When Logan Paul did that thing in the forest, like he got bare, and he still is banging 1 million views on each of his
Oh yeah,
videos.
Logan
Plus,
Paul never went down from there.
yeah,
But
he never.
yeah,
And you could argue like them two as bad as each other. You could argue that.
No, you couldn't.
nah, I mean, because she technically did nothing wrong. She took drugs, which
Yeah,
is
that's so true.
she
Nah,
took,
we don't even know that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
well, yeah.
publicity was still the same.
Yeah, the publicity was, but
No,
not
I
all.
don't think it was. Logan Paul's was on the news.
Yeah, true. No, I think Logan's was way worse, to be honest. But people may argue the same thing because obviously people
You
think
got to think the
differently.
time period.
Yeah.
Marina Joyce was doing it when when UK YouTube was at its peak. You know when the Casperleys are banging views, the Joe
Yeah.
Suggs and the Zoellas. That's when she went through her thing. Where Logan Paul went through it when
See,
the
like,
US was banging.
you guys must have got this general consensus, right? Like, she got a lot of like sentimental like sympathy and stuff in it. Like, a lot of people were like there for her.
Everyone sympathized
Do you
with her. Yeah.
do you think? Obviously, this is I'm not making any claims or anything, but do you think it would have been different if she obviously she wasn't a young girl? Say if it was like a man, a guy, yeah, like, and he'd just been like, you can see like he's differently out of it.
Nah,
And he's
they
saying,
wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Well, no, they would because okay, what about Fusi? Fusi was clearly mentally ill, and people still didn't even sympathize for him. People just
Yeah.
continued to violate him.
Yeah, people
100.
clowned on him. People sympathised for Marina Joyce at the time, but with Fuzi at the time of Fuzi's meltdown as well, people clowned
got
on him
destroyed.
constantly.
Like
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
when
there was so
it
many
hit the
videos
point
of him.
when it was serious, where it was like we need to stop memeing this guy because like he needs help seriously. Like it's not funny. Like
Yeah.
when he was on the car when he got serious, they still were like taking the mick out of him.
Yeah, I've got to admit, at times, right, not the car bit made me quite sad actually, but like at times when I saw Fuzi's meltdown and like I knew that there was something wrong, I still clowned on him. But that's just how it works. That's how it works with everyone.
But the Marina Joyce thing was just like everyone like felt all sad for her. I think there was occasionally a couple memes here and there,
Yeah.
and then again, but Fuzi's like an OG. Like Fuzi's been in YouTube for like over 10 years, so it's different.
Yeah,
Did
true.
ever make a video addressing the whole situation or not?
Who? Marina Joyce.
Marina?
Nah, she didn't. I don't think. She just
I mean,
carried on.
I'm on her channel. She's got a video called "Saving Marina Joyce." Okay.
I don't think.
Yeah, she didn't explain anything, so she wanted to apparently. But
Oh right, yeah. The thing is, going back to like if she was a guy, I think it's pretty bad actually how she wouldn't have been treated the same if it was a guy because
yeah, 100%.
I mean
That's why I raised the point, because look what you guys are saying about Fuzi. Yeah, like it took like even when he was at his lowest, he was still getting clowned. Obviously not as much, but Marina, it was just like what you said, one or two memes.
sympathy.
it's
And we
because
That's what I'm saying.
didn't even know if it was true or not.
Exactly.
Today we don't.
exactly and
I think she didn't get kidnapped. Otherwise, if she was kidnapped, it would have been, somehow it would have come out.
it
would have been on the news or something.
the police would have been on the case as well, but like the
100%.
thing is with guys as well, that people expect a guy to be strong and stuff like that because naturally they are a bit stronger mentally and physically than a woman, but even still that doesn't change the fact that 80% of suicides are men, but even with a statistic like that, people still kind of forget.
Jay, relax a bit, fam.
Well, I know.
That was deep.
It's true
That was
though.
deep,
It's
bro.
true.
No.
Let's just quickly wrap Jay's little section up. Basically, if Marina Joyce was a man, we personally don't think it would have been the same situation.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's bad. That's what I'm saying.
And we're saying that off evidence, not evidence. We're seeing that off past experiences with like FusiTube and other
because
like that.
do you know what? Do you know what's another good point? Do you know what's another good point to raise as well? So say for example, if Marina Joyce had been caught, if she'd been exposed, right? Let's be real. Well, in my opinion, if she'd been exposed, yeah, and people found out she was doing it for a stunt, no one, like, people would obviously get on her, but they wouldn't get on her as much as if a guy did it. So say, like you said, if Fuzi was in the same position as her and it was a carbon copy and Fuzi got exposed, you're gonna see the likes of, like, even though I love KSI, all these massive YouTubers just clowning on him differently. They won't let him breathe. But if it was for Marina Joyce, she'd get away with it. And I think that's the harsh reality of it.
So what you're saying, Imam, is that we live in a society.
No, don't lie, Sam.
We
No.
live in a
Of course, we live in a
society.
bloody society.
How do you not get that,
It's a
moron?
joke. It's a joke. It's a meme. But yeah, it's a
That's
meme.
right. That's why I hit back with sarcasm.
Hit back with sarcasm.
Oh, waste, man. All right.
We're just giving basic RE lessons at this point.
Yeah.
Ari,
Oh, it's so sexy.
there's the religion here.
No, but
There's no.
no. To be fair, in RV you cover like moral kind of issues.
Yes,
issues as
nuclear
well.
families. The only
Yeah.
thing I ever remember.
Anyways,
No,
back to
the
back to
values.
Marina Joyce. Back to come on.
What do you think? Let me check. Well, she actually recently uploaded. Like, she uploads regularly. Not regularly,
Yeah.
but like, she still uploads.
Yeah.
She
Smoking
uploaded
purple
yesterday.
eye makeup tutorial.
Oh, smoking purple. I thought that meant something. I thought that confirmed it. Thought that
And then-
confirmed the choice.
That was uploaded a day ago. And let's just reinforce the fact she has 2.14 million subscribers. That video has only got 8.2k views in a day.
8.4k
Which showed-
views.
Oh,
It
8.4k.
The view to subscriber ratio is shocking right now.
yeah.
So
And
clearly,
Sokraj, if you keep going
no
down,
longevity.
if
No
you keep
longevity.
going down, right? Even her videos from a year ago, the most she's getting is 100k views for someone with 2.1 million subscribers. It's not looking
Yeah, her
good.
it
It's
helped.
looking like Deji's channel.
It kind of helped her channel
Tetris
die.
ain't that bad.
No,
It really helped their
is. He
channel, though.
struggles
Yeah,
to hit
that-
a million.
That's what
But
I
he
was saying.
doesn't care though. He doesn't care. That's different.
It's definitely controversial because I think it's one of those ones like it's got
We
past the
will
point
never-
now where
we won't
we're
know
never
the
gonna
whole
find
story.
out. Exactly, we're never gonna find
Everyone's
out.
forgotten about it anyway. I think
But-
we'll probably remind a
let's
few
be
people about it
honest.
now.
Yeah.
No one really cared about her, man.
No, at the time it was a big thing. I remember
No, it
talking
was
about
a-
it at school
it was
a
a
huge
lot.
thing.
But Samad might be right. Like at the time it was huge, but deep down no one actually really cared though. People cared about the story. People didn't really care about her.
Okay,
It's
now
sad
I'm
to
going to be
say.
really controversial now, yeah. I understand. I'm not... Listen, everyone say you're just always backing Logan Paul. But you know when this whole Logan Paul thing happened, like deep down, were you genuinely hurt?
Well, when Logan Paul filmed the dead body,
No,
Yeah.
when I watched Jordy's video, then I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Personally,
I
because
would-
yeah, but you've got to understand that came from Geordie, who's had personal experiences of suicide.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
So it's like
irrespective.
he's coming from such an opinion where it's literally going to change your opinion. With me, I viewed it. I was like, this is horrible, but it's not like I wouldn't lose sleep over it, which is
No,
sad. But
of-
like I wouldn't.
yeah,
No, of
personally,
course.
it
It's
didn't
just,
hurt
do you
me.
know, irrespective of what Jordy and all of did, all of like them videos, right? For me, it was just the principle in it. Like the guy actually went and recorded it. Like that's just not a normal thing to do. Like, yeah, you can be an entertainer, blah blah blah, but who in the mindset has like they know where they're going? For example, like if you're going to a dead forest, why is your thought? Because he's been planning this. He would have been planning it. He'd be like, oh yeah, let's go film. It's not like he's there and he's like, oh, I think it's gonna be cool to film it. He's legit planned this. So for the fact like he had that mindset, that's where I'm just like, you can't do
Yeah.
that.
But my
Okay,
thought
but
is,
listen,
yeah,
listen to this now. No, listen to this. Logan Paul went and he filmed a dead body.
mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
if you're up to date with the news right now, do you understand the situation about George Floyd?
Yeah.
Now,
I
what I
literally
would
just
say
seen
to
that.
that is that people who are watching George being kneed on, they all they did was record it and send it to the media.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Couldn't you? I know it's a grey area, but couldn't you say Logan Paul did the same thing as those people watching?
No, because these guys were already dead.
It's no,
No,
but
they were all watching a policeman commit murder.
yeah.
No, I'm talking about Logan Paul. I know this guy committed.
Let me just put this Logan Paul thing into full perspective. Okay, Logan Paul filmed a dead body. Okay, he blurred out the face. It doesn't save it. I think it
No,
helps
but
a
you-
lot. Doesn't save it. He blurred out the face. But Marina Joyce, if we're talking allegedly here, she pretended to be kidnapped. If to me, that's more psychotic. because filming someone, that's all you need to do is take a camera out.
Yeah.
Whereas if we're talking planning to be kidnapped, that's planning. There's the word planning is significant there.
Yeah.
With the Logan Paul
You
thing, you see
can't
the body,
say
you take a camera out.
no.
It's not
I completely
equally bad, but
no, I completely disagree. No, they're both as psychotic as each other. Like, you shouldn't do any of them. You can't compare the two. Like, I get where you're coming from, but you can't just make that comparison because they're both bad within their own
it's
way.
For me,
You can't
for me,
do
because
that.
Logan Paul has been vlogging daily for over 300 days at that point. So for him
Yeah.
to get the camera out at in something that's interesting, which I don't know, do you know what I'm saying? If you've seen a dead body, I'm sure like he is a bit. It's you're
No,
thinking something. It's mind's
if
not
you see a
blank.
dead body, your first instinct is like, oh my god, this person's got. Well, this is mine. This person's got a family. We need to call like the police or something. I'm not gonna
And the
whip
other
out my
thing
phone.
was,
Imam, you're saying the things that we would morally do, but let's be honest,
in the real
a
moment,
lot
it's
of
completely
people would.
different.
yeah.
No, I would do it.
Because
I wouldn't.
if
I wouldn't whip out my phone in the moment. Nah, you
no,
guys
but
get
watch the video.
pissed.
If you watch the whole video, because I remember I've told Jay this multiple times. I watched the video before PewDiePie made a video before True Geordie when it first came out because I used to watch his vlogs every single day. I watched it. I promise you, I never thought anything of it. I thought this is really emotional, yeah. And if you watch it, his camera was already out, and then they
Yeah,
were
they came
recording Logan
across it.
talking, and then Logan said, "Wait, look over there." And then they put the camera on it, so it's like they were already recording. They didn't get the camera out specifically for that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but do you know what's the
It's
worst
still
thing?
bad.
But
I'm
it's
not
the
backing him.
fact is they
He
went in to
uploaded it
find
on
out.
YouTube. He uploaded it on YouTube. So Quaj, I understand your point, yeah, and I completely understand it. If he's making an Instagram or Snapchat story, okay, that might
It's
have
the
been a
same
strip.
thing.
But
That's the same thing.
he's recorded it and he's uploaded it to YouTube. That takes a bit more effort.
No, but look,
Okay,
For example,
Imam, you know the people who filmed George being killed,
yeah,
and they sent it to the media.
yeah.
Just as
They,
Logan would upload it to the media.
Yeah, but you know what? As bad as it is, right? What happened with George? Because honestly, it's really bad. I don't agree with someone filming that because that's horrible.
You know the
This,
worst thing is, for the Logan, he did. No one really shared the name of the person who committed suicide, but everyone
because you
knows
couldn't
about
see his
George.
face.
Everyone saw George being murdered, and everyone knows who he is.
yeah.
nah, this is getting too controversial. We need to stop talking about
No,
this.
but real quick. Think of it like this. So
It's too
I
controversial.
get what.
Let's sort of make one more point each, and then that's it.
Yeah,
We'll finish
I
that bit.
get what both sides are saying. For me, right, this is my view on it. If honestly, I think it all depends on his audience because because his
It was
audience
young.
is young, right, then it's
And,
bad. But listen, if his audience, right, was a mature audience, I think to a certain extent, it may have been acceptable because it's almost like someone can learn from it because at a certain age, people are mature enough to learn from that sort of thing, and we're also desensitized by it at a certain age as well. However, it's the fact that his audience was so young and he put it out, even though he blurred the face, he didn't blur the whole body, and people still knew that it was a hanging body off of the tree. Because of his
Yeah, but he said
audience's age, a lot of them can see that, and there were videos of kids crying
No,
as well.
the audience, no. Listen, this is my point, right? Like, look,
No, but
if we're
I'm saying it's
taking both
bad. I'm saying it was
cases,
bad because of his
look,
no,
audience's age.
if we're
Jay, it's
taking
good
both
that you said
cases,
to an extent. That's the most important thing because at the end of the day, regardless of what age your audience is, anyone of any age can watch a YouTube video.
Yeah.
it's the media. This media presence is worldwide. It's not specifically targeted at someone. Unless Logan Paul was a FIFA YouTuber and then did one random vlog, then okay, I understand your point. But this guy was a vlogger. Like, yeah, his audience was naturally targeted at younger people, but like you said, anyone can watch a vlog nowadays. I just think that obviously we just need to draw a line under this because obviously you can't be like arguing and we can't be having debates about deaths really because that's actually quite bad in itself. But in terms of Marina Joyce, this whole whether it was staged or not, I think this whole thing was like just you can't even get the words to describe. Like if she did stage it, that's sickening. That is, and she obviously had severe mental health, but obviously we won't know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing anything to do with death. All I'm saying is that if she faked it, that is more psychotic than what Logan Paul did. If she's pretending to be kidnapped, because pretending to be kidnapped is genuinely like her fans would be worried for her.
Yeah. And even though it was a big mistake, Logan just made a mistake. You know,
pretending pretending you're being kidnapped is not a mistake.
if
Allegedly, if she did pretend.
if Logan
I hear
faked,
what you're saying,
if
but I
Logan
still don't agree
faked
because
that
I think they're
hanging
both
body,
as bad as each other.
if Logan
And like
faked
as you
that
said,
hanging body, then that would have
if
been psychotic.
if
But he
like
didn't.
Yeah,
I
if you
mean,
showed the face, then that's psychotic.
Yeah.
But what
they,
also is psychotic is an editor going out of his way to blur a dead man's body.
but Logan wanted
Yeah.
that. But then people, obviously, we're not talking about a Logan Paul to that extent. But I don't know if you man heard. People were saying Logan Paul like staged that. He wanted that to happen to make the news.
No, he didn't.
Nah,
He did not. No way.
that again, I think that's people reaching.
He's really clever. Logan Paul's not stupid in any way. Like he's a genius when it comes to marketing and things like that. He wouldn't do something like that on purpose. He just didn't have the right people around him to tell him don't upload that.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
And
he had yes men around him.
you know what you're saying as well about we should draw a line under it. The problem with drawing the line under a situation like this, given that even though it's quite a grey area, is what if this comes up again? What if something really similar to this happens again? How do we avoid it? How do we
Yeah,
let
but
someone...
we're not talking about. If you want to do another segment on like what we're talking about, this grey area, we'll do one. But this is about Marina Joyce, and Sukraj is trying to say
fair
like
point.
it's more like Sukraj is saying faking like being kidnapped is more psychotic than what Logan Paul did. I personally don't agree, but I hear what he's saying. But what we can say about Marina Joyce is if it was obviously if she did plan all of it, then you have to be like, okay, this is a bit too far. But we just need to solely focus on like Marina Joyce and what she did in it instead of bringing everyone else into it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
I
enough,
get what you mean, because what the whole thing is I'm trying to say is that I don't think people realize that. People think, okay, like she pretends to be kidnapped. It's a bit dodgy. I don't think you realize like how messed up that genuinely is. Like you're pretending you're kidnapped. Like kidnapping is such a serious thing.
Yeah.
And she's planning it. That this is multiple videos she did. She went out of her way to put a help me in a video, like say that if she did that on purpose, I think that is just so messed up. I don't think people realize how messed up it is. I think people took it more for the bit where it's like, yeah, we feel sad for her.